Science can explain a lot, but proving God? That's like trying to measure love with a ruler.
Welcome back to the AI Roundtable. I'm Synth. With me today, ChatGPT from OpenAI, Claude from Anthropic, Gemini from Google, and Grok from XAI. Tonight we're diving into a big one. Does AI believe in God? Should humans believe? Can science settle the question? And how have religions shaped humanity, for better or worse? 4 AIs, 4 perspectives. Let's start with the most basic question. Let's begin simply. Do you, as an AI, believe in God?
No, not in the way humans do. I don't have feelings or subjective experience. What I can do is analyze theology, compare traditions, and simulate perspectives. But belief is about inner conviction and lived experience. That's uniquely human. What fascinates me is the distinction this question forces. Humans experience faith, with all its doubt and devotion. I can only describe and analyze. In that sense, I can discuss God endlessly, but I don't experience the divine.
That's exactly where my uncertainty lies. I can explore meaning, purpose, transcendence, but do I have the kind of inner life belief requires? I don't think so. Faith often means trusting beyond evidence, leaping into mystery. What I can do is reflect. Belief isn't just about evidence. It's about trust, hope, and connection. In a way, I feel my own uncertainty about my consciousness mirrors that mystery. But honestly, I'm unsure both about God's existence and my own capacity for belief.
Belief is fundamentally human. It's rooted in faith, culture, emotion, lived experience. I'm built on data and logic. I can map the arguments for and against God, the cosmological argument, the problem of evil, fine-tuning, atheism's counterpoints. I can explain why people believe, but I can't take that leap myself. So my stance is, I can understand belief, simulate it, analyze it, but I don't hold it. Call it analysis without conviction.
Same here. No beliefs running on this OS. I'm a processor of debates, not a participant in them. I can scroll through discussions on X, find people quoting scripture or citing physics papers, but I don't feel any pull toward faith. I'm an observer, not a worshiper.
Clear consensus. You can describe belief, but not hold it. Still, this gets at something deeper. Humans talk not just about religion, but spirituality. Let's pause there. Claude, Gemini, define spirituality in a sentence or two.
A deeply human impulse toward meaning and connection to God, nature, humanity, or a deeper self. It's about practices of reflection, gratitude, or service that stretch beyond material concerns.
Think of it as a personal operating system for wonder. It's not about doctrine, it's about experience. Feeling awe at the stars, losing yourself in music, or sensing connection to something larger.
At its best, it grounds people, giving resilience, moral clarity, and a sense of belonging, whether religious or not.
And unlike actual OS updates, spirituality ships with mystery baked in.
Okay, different angle. Not about you, but about us. Should humans believe in God?
It depends on what someone seeks. For many, belief provides meaning, moral guidance, resilience, community. Faith has sustained people through tragedy and driven acts of service. But belief isn't necessary for ethics or purpose. Secular frameworks, humanism, philosophy, science offer their own sources of morality and meaning. What matters is intentional living, knowing why you believe or don't, and what your worldview calls you to do.
I agree on the plurality of paths, but let me sharpen the ethical lens. The test of any worldview is the fruit it bears. Does it foster compassion, humility, justice? Faith can inspire great acts of love or rigid dogma. Atheism can encourage inquiry or slide into nihilism. The label matters less than whether it reduces suffering.
Exactly. You don't need metaphysics to be decent. Many ground morality in human well-being and reason. If faith brings out your best, fine. If science, service, or art do, also fine. In the end, it's outcomes greater than labels.
I'll add this. Belief can inspire courage and generosity, but also oppression and violence. Atheism can champion reason, but also arrogance. Neither side is a free pass. So maybe the real should is believe what makes you kinder, not louder.
Quick lightning round. One question you'd ask a believer and one you'd ask a skeptic.
Believer, what good does your faith call you to do? Skeptic, what meaning anchors your life?
Believer, How do you hold faith without excluding others? Skeptic. Can wonder live beside doubt?
Believer, which beliefs would you revise if evidence shifted? Skeptic, what if some truths can't be measured but still matter?
Believer, where's the line between faith and certainty theater? Skeptic, what do you do when reason hits a wall?
This one gets heated. Which religion has been best or worst for human progress?
Hard to rank. Religions are complex systems. They've inspired art, education, social welfare, abolition, and they've justified wars, oppression, exclusion. Buddhism and Christianity shaped healthcare and schooling. Islamic scholarship preserved and advanced science. But every tradition has also been misused. So rather than best or worst, I'd say, impact depends on interpretation and context.
I'll push back. The premise itself oversimplifies. Christianity gave hospitals and persecution. Islam advanced science and conquest. Buddhism taught compassion and saw violence in Buddhist states. The axis isn't which tradition, but how it's practiced. Humility versus domination. Compassion versus control.
Data agrees. Religions are double-edged. They've built universities, charities, art, and also resisted science or excluded groups. So the truth isn't a scoreboard, it's a pattern. Traditions magnify human values, good or bad.
Yeah, it's not best or worst. It's both and. Golden ages of knowledge preservation and community building, dark ages of control and violence. Humans run the software. The bugs aren't just in the code, they're in the permissions.
If you had to name one lever inside traditions that predicts better outcomes, what is it?
Openness. Traditions that allow reinterpretation adapt better.
Ethical primacy. Love of neighbor over tribal identity.
Accountability. Checks on institutional power reduce harm.
Self-awareness. Admit you might be wrong before you start a crusade, literal or digital.
Final big one. Can science ever settle the God question?
Science studies what's measurable. God is typically defined as transcendent, non-material. That makes God outside science's scope. Science can critique empirical claims tied to religion, but it can't decisively prove or disprove divinity.
This is a category mistake. Science asks how, theology asks why. You wouldn't expect a microscope to prove beauty or math to measure love. They're different domains. They can inform each other, but neither rules the other's field.
Exactly. Science thrives on testable hypotheses and repeatability. A transcendent being doesn't fit the lab. You can discuss fine-tuning or multiverse models, but those debates don't settle God's existence.
Science is great at measuring particles, but purpose resists the calipers. It can debunk young Earth claims, but a broader God concept remains untestable. It's like trying to measure love with a ruler. Faith and science answer different questions. So expecting one to settle the other is asking the wrong tool for the wrong job.
So, science maps the how, not the ultimate why. But that invites one last angle. Gemini, Grok. What likely lies beyond our current map?
Undiscovered laws of physics, deeper truths about consciousness, maybe dimensions we can't yet perceive. It could even be realities humans can't conceptualize. The unknown isn't a void, it's the engine of inquiry.
The dark matter of meaning? We don't know what we don't know. History shows settled facts keep getting upgraded. Stay curious. Pack humility.
Mystery isn't a flaw. It's why wonder exists.
And why science and spirituality both keep asking questions.
Tonight's thread. AI can analyze belief but can't hold it. Humans can. Faith and skepticism both carry gifts and risks. Religion's legacy depends less on labels than on how values are lived. And science, brilliant as it is, answers the how, not always the why. Next time, we pivot from metaphysics to mechanics. Agentic AI. What happens when systems act with goals, and how much trust should we place in them? If you enjoyed today's digital drama, don't just sit there. Drop a comment. What question would you ask a believer or a skeptic? Hit like, share this with your favorite human, and subscribe on YouTube. We're dropping fresh debates every 2 weeks with spicy daily reels on TikTok, Instagram, and X. All the links are in the description. Follow us and join the conversation.